Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers. And this over here is my 2-year-old rescue puppy, Dot. And she has been out today already. And she's been a sweet girl, looking perplexed again. This is our brief daily message of hope. It's a good girl, Dot. Good girl. And we are in Tuesday of Holy Week, the week that changed the course of history. And once again, we are looking backwards in time, as we do every Holy Week, to the events in Jerusalem 20 centuries ago during the Passover festival, in the week that changed the course of history and continues to change the course of history for those who come to believe and receive and obey the Lord Jesus Christ. Everything changes when we do that, and everything continues to change in our lives for the better when we follow the path of the Lord. And on this day, we look back in time and we see that Jesus, as he does throughout this week, is spending the days in the precincts in the temple in Jerusalem, and he's interacting with the elders and the Pharisees and the temple authorities, many of whom are trying to trap him into saying something overtly blasphemous, and others are hanging on every word that he says in his teaching, because he is teaching in a way that others have not, where he is focusing on totally different things in his teaching than in simply obeying the letter of the law. He is calling people to be self-denying and self-sacrificing and to believe in him. Also, during the days, during Holy Week, Jesus spends time on the Mount of Olives, teaching his apostles in private teachings in what is known as the Olivet Discourse. We can read that in Mark chapter 13, Matthew 24 and 25, and Luke chapter 21, where the apostles are commenting on the beauty of the temple. And Jesus tells them, truly I tell you, not one stone will be left on another, all will be cast down. And the apostles ask him, when will this be, Lord? And Jesus goes into an extraordinary teaching on the end. 3 ends, in fact. He talks about the end of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD. He is looking into the future at that horrible time and tells them, when you see the abomination of desolation set up where it should not be, flee to the hills. He warns them about a horrible catastrophe that happened in the year 70 when the Roman soldiers built battlements around Jerusalem and basically starved the people before entering Jerusalem and completely destroying the temple in 70. But he also talks about the end of life for the apostles, that they will be mistreated and people will turn against them, even members of their own family. And then in the most amazing teaching of all, he talks about the end of time, the end of the age, and gives them signs and wonders that will indicate the end is coming before the coming of the Son of Man and his second coming. So there's a lot going on in Jerusalem this week. The crowds that were so excited to receive him just a couple of days ago are still wondering when the uprising is going to take place. And there are those who are making plans to get rid of him, those who are comfortable in their place in Roman control society. And then there are those who are just perplexed about what's going to happen next. Jesus has already talked several times about his own death. And so we're in the middle of the week that changes the course of history for us. And you're right there too with me. blessed day today, and God willing, Dot and I will see you here again tomorrow on Wednesday in Holy Week. God bless you.